What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Icy. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out for a while and kill some cannibals. So anyways, it's been a long time since we killed cannibals. I think the last time we went after some cannibals might be, I don't know, probably back in the forest days. It's been a bit, though. Let's examine the external area. So we examined the guard's body along with the stuff that's lying around with other junk in the area. There are a lot of things scattered around, mostly useless junk, but you find a couple of torches among the guard's stuff. The body has pretty much nothing on it, but you do find 3 bullets in a pocket. That's 3 more than you had before. Hell yeah, that's 3 more than I had before. Let's check the cave entrance. The cave is dark and narrow. It would be very difficult to advance without a proper source of light. A tight passage in complete darkness leading to a den of cannibals. And here I thought I wasn't gonna have any fun on this trip. Let's go inside using a torch. Fine, let's go get these assholes. What do we do inside? I figure kill every last cannibal as fast as we can sounds good. I'm Carlos, and I approve of this plan. You've never seen Carlos so ruthless and full of rage. You slowly advance into the cave until you see some light again, but as soon as you enter in the big room, the cannibals attack you, screaming and wielding some rough weapons. Alright, let's fight. Ooh, they actually are capable of doing a little bit more damage, aren't they? One of your companions has fallen on the ground and is about to get beaten. Let's shoot him off real fast. There we go. Put a round into the cannibal. It looks like we got a chance to fight in melee again, so that's what I'm going to do. Melee is one of our main skills right now. So if we can stick to our strong points, I think that'd probably be a good idea. That's punny because we're probably stabbing them with pointy objects, so it's a literal strong point. Either way, the fight is over and the dead bodies of your enemies lie on the ground. Carlos spits on one of them and tells you that he will be waiting outside. Not too far from where the cannibals live, you see a guy tied and gagged. When he sees you, terror fills his eyes, but as soon as he realizes you aren't a cannibal, he starts to whimper. Let me help you, poor soul. Demetra unties him. Oh my god, oh my god! The man is quite emotional right now. You saved me. Thank you so very much. I owe you my life. I come from the Wind Tower, and I'm a hunter. Those assholes captured me and my friend. I saw them meeting him. Can you even imagine how horrible it was? Thank God you killed him. Can you go back to the settlement alone? Yeah, they didn't hurt me. They even fed me. They wanted to keep me alive he lowers his head, to eat me just like they did with John. Poor John, may God protect his soul. Thank you again, strangers. I'll grab my stuff and go back to the garden. Come and find me. I'll have a nice reward for you. The man grabs some stuff lying around and goes away. Well, let's take a look around for anything useful. We went to all the trouble of killing these dudes, so I figure we might as well try and get some loot out of it, right? The cave is full of useless junk. You see a lot of bones scattered around, and some of them are human. You spend some time searching around the cannibal's stuff, and you manage to find some useful objects. What do we find? You gather your things and go away towards the white wasteland. What do we end up finding? Anything good? Looks like we got a couple of guns now. I'm probably going to equip that right there because this uses stealth skill, and I don't think stealth is a strong point of my character. Let me take a look here. Looks like I've got, 1 point in stealth, but I got a +2 to it from something else. But my skill in firearms is a 5, so might as well go with guns right there. Anybody else need a cure, by the way? If you guys need help, let's shout it out and I can get your health all nice and evened out. I think we're doing pretty well. Bertrand looks like he's actually a pretty good all-around character. I like his stats. So far, we don't really have anybody other than her who's terrible, but it seems like she's going to be useful to have around in other ways. So I figure whenever we scavenge a location, we'll give her a shot. I think maybe going over here to try and find food might be a decent plan, because we might go hungry before we get down to town. So let me jump up into this farm real fast. Multiple spider webs block your path. I don't want to set them on fire. Well, let's do it. You burn the webs and proceed across the corridor. You find 3 fuel and some cutlery. Not very useful, but you know what? It'll be okay. Hopefully we'll be able to make it back to town before we starve to death. Yay! We still have food remaining. Let's go ahead into the garden. And we need to find the hunters. As soon as you walk near them, the hunters greet you. Nice shot, stranger. Thank you for saving me from those savages. I owe you my life. Please, accept this little gift, and may God protect you during your journeys. A woman approaches you. At least one of our friends is alive and safe. Let us give you some bullets. It's the least that we can do for you after everything you've done for me. Let's hope that those man-eater assholes will stay away from our lands. Thank you very much for the reward. You saved one of us. We owe you even more than that. Farewell, strangers. We wish you the best of luck. Can we go into the city yet? Well, we helped people, though. I want to go inside. Damn it. Alright, let's go to the bartender because we needed to buy food. I think until we have food, we're pretty much just going to be hosed, so Let's go ahead and take that right there, and we might end up... Oh, he's selling us food for... Oh, that's medical supplies. I'm clicking the wrong thing right now. Nobody. Oh, there we go. That's why it was different. It is possible that we could spend a lot of our cash right now acquiring things that otherwise we sort of just... Man, this sucks. This is brutal. I don't want to spend that much money on food, but we might have to. I'll go in. We got 291 right now. I'll go in on 15 food, and then we'll try and get somewhere and hunt before that gets low. I wish that you could hunt a couple times in a row. I mean, it makes no sense that with an entire forest in front of you, you can only hunt one time. And as of right now, the game stops you from hunting further, and so I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. And unfortunately, we kind of just have to live with it. I think we'll probably have to go, and let me take a look at my quest log real fast. You finally know where the Relic Hunter's hideout is. It's time to find him. Let's zoom out and get a beat in on where that might be at. It looks like he's up in that forest over there. Okay, we're not going to have a ton of time. I think maybe moving across the south might be the best way to do this, but I'm not really sure. So that being said, I think that... Well, let's get into the forest first. We'll hunt for some food. Strange dreams again. This time you're in a dark room with only a couple flashlights to give you enough light to see around you. Come on, give me some light right here. You keep moving and it's not easy to fix this stuff in the dark. How's it going? Can you finish before dinner? We're almost done. Yeah, that should fix the power leak and light'll shine on us again. I hope so. I'm so tired of bumping into all my furniture. The dream starts blurring and you wake up. You had another strange and vivid dream and you start wondering if you'll ever find an explanation from them. Alright, well, let's go down into the forest and see if we can get our hunt on. I'm going to try and move in a way that sort of keeps us moving laterally as well as vertically. Looks like there's a lot of risk in here. I'm going to go and we're going to carefully scavenge, I think. You see a small group of boars in the distance. I think that we can use bows. You successfully kill them. A deer starts running away, heading towards a companion of yours. I'm going to shoot it real fast. And so we got 21 food. Oh my god, okay. So there we go. Food shortages are solved for right now, but we do have a fuel shortage, so we may need to sort that out pretty soon. I'm going to go back up to this building and see if it'll let me scavenge it again. Let's go ahead and find a safe place. We found a safe place, so now it's morning. Yeah, it looks like they refreshed. We can scavenge this again if we want to. You find an old farm. We'll just do a long search. It's fine. We can climb our way up, or we can use the grappling hook. I'm going to use the grappling hook. We get to the upper floor, and we find ourselves a hammer and a little bit of fuel. Good, that'll make our travel easier. That means the next thing that I'd like to do is I'm going to go to this little hamlet over here. A hamlet always sounds like a food to me. Like, yeah, I'll have 2 double hamlets, please. I don't know. They sound like they'd be delicious at like a medieval-themed restaurant that serves burgers like White Castle. I don't know. Go ahead, White Castle. Hit me up. You know, hamlets by Splattercat. I bet I can make a bitchin'-ass ham sandwich. I'd throw that thing down. Hit me up, White Castle. I can take care of these things for you. We got carefully scavenge. You find a little police station. It looks to be completely locked up. We can grapple. We can blow up the secondary door. Let's pick the lock. You get the door open and you're able to explore the building. We find a book, some fuel, some medical supplies, cutlery. Got a toy train and a firearm. Good. Very, very nice. By the time we go into the next place where we stop to like resupply and whatnot, I would really prefer, like 100%, I would prefer to have more than enough to survive long term. Can I hunt again if I go down here? You suddenly spot some smoke in the distance and decide to see what's happening. Apparently some bandits attacked a nomad family, and you only find one survivor, barely alive, that asks you to give him some medicine to patch his wounds. Yeah, give him some medicine. You give them some of your medicine. I mean, it's a nice thing to do, and we have plenty, so I don't know. I'll not leave another human being to suffer while I have excess. An argument wakes you up. It seems that Carlos and Mobilaji are fighting about something. You get out of your tent in a hurry. Don't fucking try to deny it. I know it was you that stole it. You're just a racist asshole. I didn't steal anything. Both of them seem quite angry. I don't believe you. The only thing that we know about you is that some people claimed you were a bandit. How dare you? They killed my family. They were racist assholes just like you. The two seem to be ready to stop talking and start punching. This is probably the last chance you'll have to stop them. Step in between them before they start to fight. What are you doing? He's a dirty thief and he deserves no defense. I stole nothing, and that's why you have no proof to support your gibberish. Let's see here. What are you doing? What is this mess? I had this wonderful book among my things, and guess what? It disappeared just a few days after he joined us. And that proves nothing. If you're so sure that I took it, just look among my things. You'll find nothing. Is it true that you have no proof? Proof! A book of mine disappeared right after he showed up. That's solid proof. Come on. Search among my things and prove yourself wrong. Carlos spends a couple minutes searching among Mobilagi's few belongings, and he seems to be unable to find it. Where did you hide it? Give me back my book, you thief. Calm down. Maybe you just lost it during our travels. I'd never lose it. It's an important memento of mine. Somebody stole it. Well, we can say that there's no proof, and we won't tolerate it. We can say that we have to stop this right now or the whole family will pay for their arguing. We can say we don't care about the quarrel or how they solve it, so that's not going to be it. Thief in my family, so we say we won't tolerate the presence of a thief, and we'll solve this right now, otherwise there will be consequences. Well, maybe he just lost it. We found nothing in Mobilagi's stuff. Whoever did this, now it's your chance to tell the truth and face no consequences, but if I have to find out for myself who stole it, I won't be that forgiving. Yep, it's the old mom and dad solution right there. Cut the baby in half and give half to each mother. Let's see here. You see Eva standing up, barely able to hold her tears. I took it. She starts crying. I didn't mean to steal it. I just wanted to look at it. I was about to put it back, but Carlos started screaming and I didn't know what to do. She opens her coat and hands a small book back to Carlos. Oh, sweetheart, you should have asked for it. See, I did nothing. Remember this day the next time you're about to accuse me. Mobilagi turns and walks towards his stuff to start packing up. Carlos grimaces at Mobilagi's words and then turns his attention to Eva. That book is precious to us. Didn't anybody teach you not to steal? Come on, honey. Everything's fine. We found it. Let's go prepare our stuff. April and Carlos walk away while Eva wipes her face and puts her backpack back on. In a few minutes, the group is ready to travel. Carlos and Mobilagi are still nervous, but they're no longer quarreling. Well, I'm glad we could solve that then. That's like... Oh, we can hunt down here. Let's hunt again. You're in a dark area of the forest where vegetation blocks most of the sunlight. It's going to be a long hunt. Let's do it. You see a group of boars? Let's use bows and arrows. A boar suddenly growls and charges in your direction right between the eyes. 18 more meat right there. It appears as though when you scavenge in thick forest, you get way better yields. And so I think what may happen is these forests in here, where you're along the edges, sort of just like the vestigial bits of forest that stick out on the sides, I think that you get really, really low yields from right there, almost to the point where it's not really worth it. But if you can get deep into the thick of it, you can actually get pretty good returns right there. That might have been the big problem that I was having as we played the game before. Let's go to this little homestead over here. See what we can scavenge. You find a big chest. There's something inside, but it's locked. Let's force it with a crowbar. So we got ourselves a Nokia phone, actually, and some military gear. We got 1 bullet and 2 fuel. Not a bad run for us right now. We're having a good scavenging run. I'm pleased with the things that we picked up so far. The toy is only worth 10. A simple toy. Yes, you're too old to play with it. I firmly, like, one of my happiest things about being an adult in this time period where we are right now is I love the fact that you don't have to grow up now as an adult. Like, I know some people, I've heard some of my friends that are basically like 40-year-old, 20-year-olds bitch about it. Be like, nobody grows up anymore. I'm like, well, it's more so that nowadays you're allowed to hold on to those things that you held dear as a child, and you're no longer like forced to just like abandon them and not care anymore. Like, as an adult, I can watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles without somebody like making fun of me or anything like that, and I think that's super awesome. Like, I can be really, really into comics as an adult and still not be thought of as a childish adult, you know? Like, I think that's a really, really cool thing that we live in a time period where you're allowed to hold on to those things. Like, you're allowed to be an adult and still remain sort of childlike at the same time. There's something magical about being a kid, I'll tell you that. Once you don't know what it is until you've lost it, but once you've lost it, you're just kind of like, well, damn, I enjoyed being a kid, and I never realized how much I enjoyed it until I had to be an adult 24 hours a day. I'm going to carefully scavenge right here. The path ahead of you is collapsed, and it could be dangerous to proceed. Let's see if we can access the upper floor, and so we get there with a rope. We find 2 fuel, we find 1 bullet, and some playing cards and a torch. Making about 20, 30 bullets from each stop. I'm not going to complain. I'm feeling good about it. So where we needed to go next is going to be along the edge of the forest right there. I think our next best call is to go to the junkyard and maybe resupply, talk to some traders, and just take care of business there. Maybe buy a little bit of food. Maybe, I don't know, I might just sell some stuff. Let's go to the trader. And I don't think, yeah, she's not going to bother us. We just have to barter with her. It'll be fine. I don't think I need like 150 torches. I really sincerely don't. So I'll keep 1 on me for right now. We got 1 lockpick. It looks like we're out of ropes, and it looks like we are out of... Do you have any ropes? Ooh, oh, you do. Okay, so I'll take a rope. I need another grapple. I'll take a couple of ropes, actually. I'll take both of those. And then we've got... What can I sell here? I've got some knickknacks around that I can just sort of throw in here to even out the trade. There we go. We'll get 100 bullets out of it. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and do it. We got 100 bullets out of that transaction. We got plenty of medical supplies. Fuel's looking okay. I haven't had any problems, though, as of right now, sort of dealing with fuel, so I think we should be all right. Got plenty of explosives. We got coats. I think we've got armor around, so we should be all right there. I think that's probably a little bit better than what we already have on, so I may swap that onto my character in just a minute. But other supplies that we need from you, I mean, really all we needed was ammo, and I'm glad that the traders don't have, like, absurdly limited inventories. Like, I hate it when video games... I used to run into this problem a lot, like, back when I used to play Morrowind. Like, maybe not Morrowind, but Oblivion, they had this problem where none of the vendors ever had enough money for anything. And so you're always broke, or you had to mod it. And so it almost wasn't worth it to fully loot locations, because you were always dead set on, like, you know, having a bunch of extra stuff in your inventory for a long-ass time. Now you fast travel all over the place just to get rid of your inventory, so... I don't know. I don't like it when vendors have, like, an unrealistic amount of money on hand. If you're going to be like a pawnbroker, I would figure that you have a lockbox in there somewhere that has a decent amount of stuff to it. How much does that sell for, by the way? Oh, wow, that's pretty valuable. We should probably keep that. I'm going to save that as a trump card in case I, like, have to get rid of something right now. We've picked up a lot of guns. I'm going to hold on to them, I guess, because I figure, why not? I may also equip that rifle in just a minute, but... I see no reason for us to get rid of that stuff because I don't know exactly how the equipment system works when you go into combat. So I'm figuring the more guns and the more bows and the more stuff that I have, the safer we are when we go into battle. So on this left-hand side here, maybe I should let's talk to some people. Hi there, what can I do for you? I'm going to ask about your past. My past? Well, I always lived as a nomad, walking on the mantle and struggling to survive day after day. Despite our conditions and what we have to do to survive, I feel lucky. I have my faith to guide me and my man to comfort me. People made fun of me because of my faith in God, but it always gave me strength, and it made me endure the hardest moments. I never lost hope, and that's why I'm still alive. I have Carlos, too. Oh, I'm sorry, they put two right next to each other. I have Carlos, too, to brighten my day. We met a long time ago, and since that day, we've always been together. Nothing in the world managed to tear us apart. Everything else is just a story like many others. We've been in different families, we fought for our lives, and we've had our bad times and good ones as well. What about your faith? I am a Christian, like many others, but unlike many others, I really seek to live following good principles. A lot of ancients were Christian. Religion was very important back then. Right now, we forget that there's a higher purpose for our lives and that our struggles will lead to an eternal reward. Faith is my strength, my beacon of light in this world of cold darkness, and even if people sometimes mock me, I think they envy my inner strength. What about Carlos? My lovely husband. Behind that mask, he hides a soft spot. That's why I fell in love with him. He's smart and resourceful, even if he's always so cynical. I like to think that we're complementary. He's better at seeing evil and danger, and I'm better at seeing hope and goodness. We both need each other to have a good perspective on life. I understand why so many people don't like Carlos, and he doesn't try to be liked by others. He'd rather say what he thinks and what he feels is right. But as I said, there are feelings and ethics deep inside of him. Things get to him more than he would admit. He's a good guy, and that's the main reason why I love him. Honestly, I think everybody in our group is a good person. It's just when you go through trying times and you go through struggle, it tends to make you edgy, and it tends to make you argumentative, and it tends to make people just kind of live on edge for a long period of time. Survival is not a fun thing. It's a thing you do because you have no choice and because there's no way around it. Most people don't choose to be in a survival situation, and so when you've got a large group who's constantly trying to struggle together, I think it's very easy to lose sight of the fact that you're all on the same team and you can just sort of get frustrated over little bullshit all the time. I'm going to hunt right now. We're in an open area of the forest. Well, the open areas don't work very well, but I guess we'll take a risk. We've got some lynxes here. Let's use bows and arrows. We kill some of them. You're moving in the bushes. When another one jumps out, I'll put a bullet on him. We take quick aim and we save our companion. And so there's a little bit of fur and a little bit of food to keep us trucking for a little while longer. It's night and you're sitting around the campfire when you see Eva coming to you. Can I bother you for a minute? How can I help? I just wanted to draw a portrait of you. I kind of like to draw. I already did Jerome in April. Well, that'll be fun, sure. Yeah, I hope so. Eva sits down and takes a notebook and pencil out of her bag. You have to stand still or I'll mess it up. She starts drawing on the notebook, occasionally telling you to stop moving. After a few minutes, she's done and shows you the portrait. Here it is. Do you like it? Maybe you moved a little too much, but I think I did a good job. She's smiling and eager to see your reaction. You take the portrait in your hands and look at it. It's pretty ugly as the whole drawing just looks like some scribbles on a page. So, do you like it? April says I'm talented at drawing. In the past, I could have been an artist. She keeps smiling at you. So we can choose to be a dick right now, but she's just a kid. I'll give her a pass. This is good. I appreciate the details you put in it. Like the smiling sun and the wonderful house in the background, she starts laughing uncontrollably. You're nice, but I was joking. I just wanted to see what you would have said, seeing such a drawing. Come on, it's horrible. You should have seen April's face when I drew her. She's too kind. She just said it was beautiful and I'm talented. To be honest, I'm not that happy that you two think I'm so dumb to think such drawings are good, but at least you tried to be nice. Well, at least you had fun. Oh yes, you need someone to cheer people up around here. Most of you are just so gloomy. Well, take my awesome drawing with you. It's something so beautiful you won't want to ever forget about it. I'll go try to do this stuff with somebody else. Eva stands up and walks away, leaving the portrait in your hands. You're following a barely visible trail going into the woods when you notice a sign with the words, trespassers may be shot. Hey, that's pretty good. I mean, I've seen people that are like, trespassers will be shot, so maybe sounds pretty good. That's sounding super reasonable, written with red paint. We're not far. We just need to follow the trail and lay low. The keeper is a little trigger happy, not that I can blame him for being a little paranoid. You keep following the trail and discover a lot of different signs with different warnings painted on them. The path seems to lead to a house placed atop of a hill. The house is well protected by some rocky formations, and the trail is the only way to reach the house. Now, we have to make sure that the keeper won't shoot us on sight. You suddenly hear a gunshot and the bullet doesn't land far from you. Then an old and ruined radio placed near another warning sign turns on and you hear a voice coming from it. Stand right there where I can see you. If anybody moves, I'll shoot again, and it wouldn't be a warning shot. The radio from which the voice comes is completely functional. Feel free to tell me why you're here and who you are. Don't you recognize me? I'm Bertrand. We're just here to ask a couple of questions. Oh, Bertrand. Yeah, I remember you. You're allowed to pass, but tell your friends to behave properly. You proceed along the trail and you finally manage to reach the keeper's house. The place looks heavily fortified and a couple of signs warn you that there are landmines scattered around. Oh, that sucks. The door of the building opens and a man with a sniper rifle on his shoulder comes out. Come on, don't be scared. I deactivated the minefield. Does he have like a Nike swoosh pin? Is that what that? No, it's a button. Never mind. I thought that he was just like a really big fan of Nike. I don't know. Although it looks like he has like Soviet era, looks like he has Soviet era military, or like maybe, I can't really tell, but those little pins there on the collar, I don't think I've seen those on American military uniforms, so I'm pretty sure those are old Warsaw Pact uniforms or something like that. I don't know. He starts walking towards you, keeping his rifle close to him. So, why are you here? We're tracking a group of mercs. We're searching for the Wolfpack, and we've been told you had dealings with them. Well, you must either be stupid, brave, or desperate if you want to mess with those guys. He puts the sniper rifle in the ground and takes out a pipe from his jacket. Before continuing to talk, he lights the pipe and starts smoking. But you're also lucky. I usually ask a price for giving information. It's part of my job. But not this time. The bastards betrayed my trust. Didn't honor our agreement, and I don't like liars, especially when they owe me something valuable. He pauses for a second. So, why are you searching for him? They kidnapped our friends after doing some strange tests on their blood, and we want to save them. Well, since you have no sympathy for them, I'll be more than happy to tell you everything. What do you want to know more precisely? Where did they take all their high-tech equipment? I'm not really sure, but most things can be found around the world if you have the bullets to pay for them. But some of their stuff is more unique than rare. Probably they work for somebody that has access to a lot of good pre-apocalypse equipment. Who are them? Who are them? The Wolfpack, a bloody group of mercenaries. They're one of the best squads I've ever seen. Not only because they're well equipped, but also because they fight smart. Me fight smart and also talk good. Who be them? It's not an easy path that you were taking, but they're still human beings and nothing that a bullet can't put to eternal rest. There are 3 of them. Their leader's nickname is Ghost. Nothing original, but it suits her personality. I don't know much about the others. She was the only one who talked to me. Okay, are they working for somebody? It's a good question. As mercenaries, they do a lot of different jobs around the White Wasteland, but I suspect they have a solid work relationship with the same guy who provides them with high-tech stuff. Don't take what I say for absolute truth, but I think they do some special work for somebody who has access to high-tech items and advanced scientific knowledge. Well, how can I find them? Won't be easy, but not necessarily impossible. They're feared and dangerous, so they probably don't expect anybody to be chasing them. I'm afraid that I can't do much to help you track them, but I'm sure of something. They had to do some stuff around the Veil, so you won't need to chase them around the whole world. And you're not the only one interested in chasing him down. Another group of people came to me a few days ago for the same reason. They witnessed the kidnapping of their fellow mates too, and just like you, they thought that chasing down one of the most dangerous mercenary groups was a good idea. If you want to find him, you should head to the Ammo Nation, because that's where they would be headed after I told them the same thing that I told you. Search for Tanya. As far as I understand, she's the leader of the group, and I suggest that you go to Ammo Nation anyways. It's the perfect place to learn more about the Wolfpack. I don't know her precise location, but she was willing to hang around the Ammo Nation, do some jobs, and keep her eyes open. Thank you for all this information. Is that all? I know it's not much, but you have a trail to follow, even if it's fragile and uncertain. How could I have done more anyways? We're talking about the Wolfpack. They're a dangerous group of mercenaries. It's not even my field of work. I'm sorry if you expected more, but I suppose that a small clue is better than nothing, and to be honest, you're lucky that I told you everything for free, so unless you've got something else for me, I'd like to return to my work. Good luck, stranger. May you survive the struggle. The keeper goes back into his house, and while you begin to walk away from the place. See, what did I tell you? Brought you here, and you have a new trail to follow. Old Bertrand did his job and didn't try anything stupid. I mean, I've proven myself useful. I got your back when necessary, and I fought alongside you. Well, I suppose you still want to join us. Yes, I do. Hunting alone in the woods may have granted me a place in the garden, but I spend more time alone in the white wasteland than in the warmth of my house. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm tired of living alone, hunting for people I barely know. It's better to walk on the mantle than living this kind of life. Alright, well, let's bring him along. I'm the leader, so I don't feel the need to pull together a delegation. Bertrand smiles, showing all of his missing teeth. Thank you. I promise you won't regret that. Now that the Bertrand matter is solved, I'd like to talk about what the keeper said. I don't like this whole story. I understand why we're tracking the mercs down, but I fail to understand how you can't see that it's an impossible task. Look at us. We're just a bunch of survivors struggling each day to get food to eat around a campfire. We aren't fighters. We fight to live another day, not the contrary. Wait, we day to fight again? I don't know. Switching that sentence around doesn't make sense, but either way, I honestly don't care about the risk. I joined you when I had nothing to live for. Now everything is different. I can't bring back the ones I lost, but I can try to bring back the ones my friends lost. Well, we're alive now. Putting ourselves on a suicide mission won't solve anything. We'll only get killed too. Why should we kill ourselves just like that? We won't fail. They don't know we're searching for them, and when they find out, they'll underestimate us and won't expect our strike. I'm just saying that we need a proper plan. We need to carefully think about our every move. We're dealing with a real danger. We should always remember that. Well, the sooner we find them, the sooner we'll be able to understand what we need to do. I never had the chance to visit the Ammo Nation, but as far as I know, it should be one hell of a place, full of soldiers and gun traders. It's the only place here in the Vale which could be considered a real settlement. I've been there once, and trust me, the place is a little intimidating. Guys, I know the place, and I may even have some contacts who could give us the latest pieces of information you need. We just need to lay low. The place is full of armed people, and shootouts are far too common, so we don't want to get in trouble or draw anybody's attention to us. You resume your travels while everybody keeps talking about what lies ahead. In just a few minutes, you leave behind the Keeper's hideout. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Icy. I will see you all in the future. Hi-do, everybody.